The Welsh Ambulance Service has missed its target for attending the most urgent calls for the 13th consecutive month. Only 51% of ambulances got to life-threatening calls within 8 minutes in November. The target is 65%. The Welsh Government has acknowledged the response times are not what the public would want them to be, but says it's making improvements with money being invested in staff and new ambulances. Dyfed-Powys police say there are no suspicious circumstances in the death of a woman found at her home in Cardigan. The woman, who was from Pen Top, has been named as 57-year-old Janice Marjorie Holt. 2 men had been arrested but have now been released with no further action being taken. An inquest into the death of a North Wales pensioner who died while out walking on a Greek island will be held in January. The body of 73-year-old Arthur Jones was found under a tree in August, more than 6 weeks after he went missing on Crete. The inquest will be held at Ruthin Coroner's Court on January the 7th. South Wales Police and the Fire Service are continuing a joint investigation into a fire that broke out at a coach company in Merthyr. 26 coaches became alight at the Pant Industrial Estate. 40 firefighters were called to tackle the blaze, which they managed to stop spreading to surrounding businesses. Its cause is still unknown. One of Wales's biggest bird sanctuaries is urging people to do their bit, whether you've got a garden or just a window box, and feed the birds throughout the worst of the winter. Rob Shelley went down to the RSPB Reserve in Conway to see why.
To visitors, it's one of the best views in Wales. To birds, between the mussels and the insects, the Conway Estuary is a massive fast food restaurant, which is why in the dead days, that are supposed to be the middle of winter, the bird sanctuary in Conway is very far from dead. Because I just thought that this is the bit where if you were a bird watcher, life gets very boring.
No, it's actually some of the most exciting times because Wales is at the most western end of Europe. When the rest of Europe freezes up, Wales gets all the wildlife.
Oh,
so
wow.
lots of these birds will move thousands of miles away from the snow and the ice, and they'll end up here where it's nice and thawed and milder.
Out there, hidden amongst the shadows and the rushes, there's been everything from golden-eyed ducks to chiffchaff and firecrest. The bird feeder might be slightly less remarkable, a sort of ongoing battle between the pigeons and the sparrows, but if you haven't got a whole nature reserve, you can at least feed the birds. Are you feeding the birds?
Every single day we feed the birds. We think it's wonderful, and we notice that each year different birds are coming back.
You can give nature a home in your own garden, and part of that is feeding birds. Through the late winter, it's what we know as the hunger gap. The natural food of autumn has finished, the spring food hasn't yet emerged, so it's really important that we're providing our garden visitors with food.
Rewind 25 years and this place didn't even exist. The reserves made out of the earth moved when they built the tunnel under the Conway. Now it's a habitat, helping everything from newts to swallows survive. Rob Shelley, ITV News, Conway.
A group of pensioners from the Vale of Clwyd in North Wales have raised thousands of pounds for local cancer charities after posing for a naked calendar. Many were inspired to take part in the fundraiser after losing loved ones to the disease. Alexandra Lodge reports.
Very glam.
Yes, very good.
Great legs, eh?
Yeah.
They have a combined age of 1,053, but a few grey hairs and wrinkles were never going to stop this group of grannies bearing all for charity.
And I felt, well, I've got nothing to be ashamed of, and if I can help to raise money for other people, you know, for the cancer unit and so on, go for it. And we have had some fun doing it, we have.
The bees were on places they shouldn't be, and ants and oh goodness knows what.
There were plenty of giggles as the pensioners posed in hot tubs, on horses and with some very strategically placed muffins. But along with the laughs, there's also a serious message behind this fundraising project.
My niece was 34, died of breast cancer after fighting it for 2 years and left a baby, 2 and 4.5, 2 babies. So I'm doing it in memory of her.
Thought of my husband all the time. I thought, well, you know, he wouldn't have approved. He was a strict Welsh Presbyterian, but he... I thought of him and I thought of, you know, just going to to do some good.
I've had to sign 3 of mine. Honestly, in case I get famous at my age.
All the money raised from the calendars will go to 3 local charities in the Vale of Clwyd. Good fun for a good cause. Alexandra Lodge, ITV News.
Very brave. Football now, and Swansea City's John Joe Shelvey has been charged with violent conduct by the FA after allegedly clashing with a Liverpool player during last night's defeat. The Swans are down to 9th in the Premier League table after the 4-1 loss at Anfield. James Crichton-Smith watched the action.
Gary Monk is probably looking forward to 2015 because once it starts, Swansea's biggest defeat of the season will be last year's news. But it's still 2 days away, and last night's 4-1 defeat to Liverpool is still ringing in the ears of the Swans. Monk put the loss down to Swansea mistakes, one of them more notable coming when Lucas Fabianski's clearance rebounded in off Adam Lallana. Another came when John Joe Shelvey headed into his own net.
And that sums up a miserable night for him.
The one glimmer of hope was this strike from Sigurdsson, but it wasn't enough. Now Swansea look to QPR on New Year's Day, a chance to get back to winning ways.
We can react when we have a disappointment, and it's important that we do that, and that's why I'll be stressing to the players, as well as give them the details of the game, that we have to go up there and put a performance on that we can really warrant some points and make us all proud again. So it's what we'll be doing, what I'll be pushing the players for the next couple of days to do.
And hopefully that'll be a New Year's resolution Monk will be able to keep. James Crichton-Smith, ITV News.
Weather time now, and let's see what's in store for the rest of the week with Kate Lewis.
Escaping the rain to the sunshine in Spain. Vueling Airlines and Cardiff Airport sponsor ITV Cymru Wales weather.
Hello, good evening. Well, I hope you've been making the most of the winter sunshine. It is all change over the next few days, I'm afraid. Becoming increasingly cloudy through the day tomorrow, and then wet and windy by the time we get to the all-important celebrations tomorrow night. First of all, though, let's take a look at this evening. A largely dry evening to come, but that cloud already starting to thicken and develop. The wind's picking up too, so feeling really rather blustery out there. Now, we are expecting frost, not perhaps as widespread as what we've had the last few nights, but a cold night once again. And then tomorrow morning, well, a grey and cloudy start, but largely dry. During the course of the morning, the rain will start to push its way into the northwest, and by the afternoon, this will continue to sink its way southeastwards. As I say, by tomorrow evening, then those all-important New Year's Eve celebrations, it is expected to be largely wet. New Year's Day, although we are expecting to get off to a largely dry start, we will see a fair amount of showers around. It will be blustery too. Although these temperatures are looking higher, under these wet and windy skies, it's going to feel rather unpleasant. A few brighter spells around, though, on Friday.
Vueling Airlines and Cardiff Airport sponsor ITV Cymru Wales weather.
And